You've probably heard it a million times, right? AI is changing everything, and it's happening at this just dizzying speed. But what if the story we're all hearing isn't the full picture? What if the real revolution isn't about giant corporations taking over, but about putting incredible power directly into your hands, a lot of the time, for free? So let's unpack what this AI revolution really means for you and me. First, just so we can all wrap our heads around the scale we're talking about here, in 2023, companies spent about $2.3 billion on AI. Okay, by 2025, that's right around the corner, that number is projected to hit $37 billion. That is a 16-fold increase in just 2 years. We're not talking about a little ripple of change here. This is a tidal wave of money and technology, and it's already reshaping our world. So you see those giant numbers, and you might be thinking, okay, cool, but what does that have to do with me? And that's the right question. This massive investment isn't just staying locked away in some corporate boardroom. It's trickling down, and it's quietly starting to change our daily lives. So the real question is, how is it affecting you personally? And that brings us to the first major impact, something we're going to call the personal efficiency gap. This is a brand new kind of divide that's opening up in society. And it's not about who has the most money. It's about who knows how to use these new tools to get more done faster and better than ever before. So how much faster are we talking? Well, the source material suggests that people using just basic AI tools are becoming 2 to 10 times more efficient. Now, just let that sink in for a second. That's like condensing an entire week's worth of work into a single day. This isn't just a small advantage, it's a complete game changer. And this slide really brings that whole 2 to 10x idea to life. You know the old way, right? You spend hours going down some internet rabbit hole trying to research a health issue, or you're just wrestling with the perfect wording for an important email. Well, the new way is asking an AI to summarize the key medical facts for you in seconds, or to just draft that email for you. It's all about getting your time and your energy back. And this efficiency gap, it's already showing up where it really counts, the job market. Pretty soon, 83% of job postings are going to want some form of AI skills. But here's the key thing to remember. This doesn't mean you need to become a programmer. It just means basic fluency. Knowing how to ask an AI for help with research or to organize your to-do list. It's basically the new version of knowing how to use a search engine or a spreadsheet. Now, I know what some of you are probably thinking. All this rapid change, it sounds a little scary, right? Does it all lead to some sci-fi future where a few giant corporations control everything, or some rogue AI goes off the rails? Let's tackle that fear head-on, because the reality is actually way more optimistic than you might think. This is the core idea that pretty much flips that whole dystopian future story on its head. The reason we aren't headed for doom is because of one single powerful concept: decentralization. And funny enough, the incredible speed of this revolution is actually our friend here, because it's happening at the exact same time as this huge shift in who actually holds the power. So what does all that mean for us? It means this isn't a story about power getting hoarded by a select few at the top. It's the exact opposite. This is a story about power spreading out to everyone. Let's see how that's happening. Okay, decentralization sounds like a big fancy word, but it's a really simple idea. For a long time, the only way to run a powerful AI was on some giant, expensive server owned by a huge company. But now, these things are getting so efficient they can run directly on your home computer or even your phone. That's the power shift we're talking about. And since it runs on your own device, you are in the driver's seat. A lot of the best AI models out there are totally free and open source. That means there are no corporate gatekeepers telling you what you can and can't do. Your data stays with you. It means that real, world-changing power is flowing away from a few companies and into the hands of, well, everyone. Honestly, the best way to think about it is like the early days of the internet. At first, it was this complex thing for universities and the government. Then, boom, seemingly overnight, it was in everyone's home. The same thing happened with smartphones. This is just the next big step in that same journey. A powerful new tool that's becoming available to all of us. And hey, don't just take my word for it. This is pulled directly from the source material for today's explainer. It says it right there. The barriers are crumbling, and this technology is letting everyday people steer and benefit from this change. This is happening right now as we speak. Okay, so the future isn't a sci-fi horror movie, and all this incredible power is available to you. That's awesome. But where on earth do you actually start?
I get it. It can still feel totally overwhelming. But the good news is, getting started is way, way easier than you think.
Let me say this one more time because it is so important. You do not need to be a tech expert. You don't need to be a programmer. The goal isn't to build an AI, it's just to learn how to talk to one. It's about getting comfortable with a new tool, just like you got comfortable with email or Google Maps. So here's a simple plan. This week, just pick one small daily task. Ask an AI to help you plan your meals or to give you a quick summary of a long news article you just don't have time to read. That's it. Just see how it feels. And if you're feeling a little more adventurous, you can even look into downloading a free model right to your computer. It's basically like installing any other app. No coding required, I promise. So when you boil it all down, the story of AI isn't really one of fear. It's one of opportunity. The very same technology that's speeding our world up is also the one putting all that power in our hands, basically democratizing progress itself. So the real question isn't, how do I keep up? It's, what are you going to build? What are you going to create? What will you do with it?